So any of you guys feel like afraid, feel scared, feel nervous, feel like hiding? You feel like maybe you hate conflict. If somebody were to come at you, want to fight you, it would scare the living shit out of you, and you just wouldn't want anything about do anything about it. Or you would get so worked up that you would just want to take it to the worst case scenario and put them in the grave. You know, as a man, in this video, guys, what I'm here to talk to you about today is one of the ways that you can have peace in conflict. Okay? Peace during conflict. To be confident in conflict. That's what I want to talk to you guys about today, because so many guys, so many people are out there that are just not confident in conflict. In fact, I just got off a phone call with a guy he's a business owner, real estate investor. And he also manages properties. One of his tenants hit him. Okay, this guy's not paying his rent, and I'm not going to get into the details of it, but like both of their lives are like, this is not a good situation where the guy that hit him, the business owner, he's worried for his life. He really is. And he's so nervous, he's actually scared for the other guy's life too, because he doesn't know what he's capable of if he gets pushed into a corner. And that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, man. There's so much information out there with these with different types of like men that try to act tough. And I don't know, for what it's worth, guys, you can be confident during conflict. It is absolutely possible for you to feel peace, feel ease during conflict. And the way that you're going to earn that confidence during conflict is not by going around threatening people, not by going around trying to be intimidating, okay? I'm bringing this together. I'm a little bit worked up from the phone call, so I want to organize my thoughts here for you guys, but I thought it was so important to come out here and share this with you, because I feel like we live in this culture where there's like two sides, where it's like people say you shouldn't fight anybody, and then there's the other side where it says, no, an eye for an eye, like you should fucking whoop everybody's ass if they look at you wrong. And it's like, some of that maybe is for show, who knows, but I want to give you guys my stance on this to help you guys feel confident in conflict. Okay, here's what I know for myself. Over the years, I was a very timid kid, all right? I was nervous, I was non-confrontational, I would smile and joke to diffuse problems, okay? And then when I got into my 20s, I was very confrontational. I had a problem with everybody. And I would go out to the bar or go out to the restaurant. It was like I was always trying to find somebody to have a problem with, and I would have a couple of beers and I would start talking shit and I would get confrontational. And that confrontation, what it was a defense mechanism for me. I would go out to these social environments, I would have some drinks, and I wouldn't be comfortable with what I was doing. I would feel stressed out, and as a result, I would find somebody. This is at least what I think was happening. As I would find somebody, and I would just have a problem with them, and I would project my stress onto them, and I would start attacking them. Well, any person, in my opinion, any guy that is volatile is a weak man. He's an uncontrolled man. He is weak, and he's not able to channel his emotions, and he is a threat and a danger to himself and everybody. Okay? I'm not saying that you shouldn't have emotions, okay? And I think it's very healthy to let out your anger and be able to channel and be your fully authentic self. So I don't want to bash that side either. But what I wanted to convey in this message to you guys is that in my 20s, when I was confrontational, I really wasn't that lethal. I had just gotten into the military. I did have a deployment under me, but I was coming back and I had a lot of personal problems. And I would lift weights, but I really wasn't that dangerous. I didn't do jiu-jitsu, I didn't do MMA, I had a wrestling background, I had been in a couple of scraps, but I wasn't that lethal, you know what I mean? I wasn't I wouldn't define myself as a warrior in my early 20s. As things progressed, my life progressed, as I went on a couple more deployments, as I worked on self-control and I stopped drinking, as I built myself up to a better version of me, I did jiu-jitsu, I was sober, I was doing personal development. I started really understanding myself, and what ended up happening is I became very lethal. I learned how to shoot better, I learned how to communicate better, I learned how to defend myself better. As I personally got more lethal, I became less confrontational. I became more calm. And when confrontation did happen, I would be confident in that confrontation because I knew I held the power to take the situation any direction that it needed to go. And when you have this power inside of you, when you have this power, this calm confidence, what happens is you carry an aura, and people look at you and they're like, they really don't want to fuck with you. Like, you guys have met people like that in your life. You like walk down the street and you see somebody and you're like, I don't want to mess with that guy. Like, people don't see the issue with you because you have an aura and an energy about you. Whereas the person that's always on edge and always trying to intimidate people, that guy's asking for problems with his body language, with his auras, and he's an insecure, weak guy that is in a bad spot. So the key thing to being confident during conflict is to become so lethal that no conflict rattles you. No conflict rattles you. That is the key. The more lethal you become, the more confident in conflict you will be. That has been my experience. And if any of you guys train jiu-jitsu or MMA, or you've gotten yourself to a spot where you became more dangerous, you could shoot guns, you could work out, you could run, you could talk, even just approaching women and talking to women, right? Like, that for a guy, that can be a tough thing to do. But when you overcome these hurdles as guys and you start building up your inner self-control, your inner command, as I like to call it, your self-command, and you become lethal, a great communicator, you physically fit, you become more calm during those conflict times. You're not, like, have you ever seen John Jones? Like, I watched a little video recently with John Jones on the internet. He was like breaking up a fight. You see how calm that guy was? He was like breaking up these two. He towered over these guys. But when you have that type of power, you find peace in that conflict. So as I got off the phone with my guy earlier, I was telling him, I said, hey, you know how many times in the last like several years that somebody's come up and just punched me in the face? I'm like, it doesn't happen. People don't just walk up to me and hit me in the face. And he's had it happen to him actually a few times. So I was like, this is a pattern, dude. Why are people coming up to you and hitting you in the face? They shouldn't be doing that. And he's like, yeah, I know. I'm going to just like take it to him and blah, blah, blah. He's like, I shouldn't say that, but I want to. And I'm like, no, man. Like, you know where my mind goes? My mind goes, the reason why somebody is not hitting me and they're hitting you is because you're not setting yourself up to not get hit. You know, I'm like, bro, like, you look like somebody that people want to prey on. You know, I mean, like, you look like you're not building up your stature. You don't look strong. You don't look confident. You look like somebody is going to, that you look like an opportunity to somebody. So as a man, guys, if you want to protect yourself and you want people not to fuck with you, you have to build yourself up into a lethal motherfucker, dude. You have to build yourself up into somebody that has the power and holds the power inside. It's like the book Miyamoto Musashi, the way of the warrior, I think it was. But Musashi's story, where he goes from boy to freaking warrior, he starts off like wanting to chase war and wanting to be this like samurai, and then as he becomes lethal, he stops glorifying war and battle and he becomes peaceful. He's like, the way of the peaceful warrior, or the way of the warrior is peace, and he just doesn't want to fight anybody. And that is the true journey of an enlightened, lethal man. So, like I was telling my friend earlier, I'm like, let's build you up so that way people don't want to fuck with you. Let's make you so lethal, become disciplined, work on your self-command, like go to the gym every single fucking day. Anything you say you're going to do, you do it. And by treating yourself as a disciplined man and becoming a disciplined person, adopting a disciplined identity, you no longer have to be disciplined, you just are disciplined. You'll carry an aura and energy around you that people will look at you and they'll just be like, bro, like, I don't want to mess with that guy. So the first line, the best offense is what? A good defense. And a good defense, and when it comes to self-defense, is to make yourself lethal, to make yourself dangerous on the inside. Make yourself a great communicator, make yourself strong, make yourself physically fit. And that's what I have for you guys today. I don't want to see you guys running around, freaking getting into stupid conflicts if you don't have to. But I just thought this needed to be said, and I hope you guys find it useful. If you need a place to start to work on yourself, download the Discipline Advantage down below in the comment section, and you guys click on that, go through the habits, start building yourself up, and become a freaking force, man. Love you guys. We'll see you in the next video. Conquer all.